So what's the deal? Is eating beef so much worse for the environment than eating something like chicken or pork? Or maybe not eating meat at all? Okay, so here's the thing. Cows produce methane, otherwise known as CH4, when they burp or in flatulence, in a process called enteric fermentation. And methane is a greenhouse gas. Greenhouse gases are
any of various gaseous compounds, such as carbon dioxide or methane, that absorb infrared radiation, trap heat in the atmosphere, and contribute to the greenhouse effect,
as defined by the Merriam-Webster dictionary. In simple terms, greenhouse gases are gases that can trap heat. All greenhouse gases contribute to the greenhouse effect when released into the atmosphere. The greenhouse effect is a phenomenon which occurs when greenhouse gases are released into the atmosphere and trap heat that comes from the sun. The definition of the greenhouse effect is
warming of the surface and lower atmosphere of a planet, such as Earth or Venus, that is caused by conversion of solar radiation into heat in a process involving selective transmission of short-wave solar radiation by the atmosphere, its absorption by the planet's surface, and re-radiation as infrared, which is absorbed and partly re-radiated back to the surface by atmospheric gases.
Also according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary. Results of this can range from global warming and sea levels rising to the mass extinction of some creatures in violent and extreme weather. According to a study taken in 2016, only 10% of all greenhouse gases emitted was methane. This may seem like methane is less of a problem for the climate than other greenhouse gases like CO2, but on the contrary, methane is way more potent than carbon dioxide. According to the EPA, or the Environmental Protection Agency, methane can trap heat in the atmosphere almost 25% better than CO2. The total amount of methane emitted into the atmosphere is equivalent to about 650 million metric tons of CO2. People may argue that we should focus on cutting down on fossil fuels rather than switching from beef to pork or chicken. But think about it, how hard would it be to eat chicken or pork for dinner instead of beef? It might be hard for some, but it seems like a simple fix to a big problem. So, how much less methane would you be releasing if you switch to chicken or pork? According to this study taken by the University of Georgia, every cow produces about 271 pounds of methane every year, while a chicken and a pig's methane emissions added up are around 12 pounds of methane per year. So the next time you're in the grocery store and you have the choice between beef, chicken, or pork, maybe consider giving the environment a hand and choosing the chicken or the pork. Okay, so now you know that switching to another meat would reduce the amount of methane in the atmosphere. But what if you stopped eating meat and other things that animals produce instead of meat altogether, completely? First, you would not be emitting any methane into the atmosphere from eating meat. But what about your health? How about being a vegan? Of course, many people have taken up a vegan lifestyle either to stop animal cruelty or to reduce methane emissions. But if you do decide to go vegan, make sure you're getting enough vitamin supplements. The lack of calcium and other vitamins that come from meat, if not tended to, might result in malnutrition or even death. So now you know the information, the facts, and the recommendations. Now it's your choice whether to do your part. But remember, it may be your choice, but it's our Earth.